Ooh, here we go, another video. This one's gonna be mainly just about my hammock setup. My tarp, a little bit of a tarp review for the Chill Gorilla Rainfly 12 by 12. That's it in the back. I'm crossing my fingers and I'm gonna roll with it this next trip. We're headed back to the Devils for 4 days. It's supposed to rain every day. I'm a little nervous with this tarp, but I don't know. We're going to find out. So let me show you a little bit of tricks that I have learned recently and to keep your bottom of your hammock dry and that good old cushion dry. Ain't nothing worse than waking up a couple times a night and your whole sleeping bag is wet and just not cool. Anyways, let's get in it. Alright guys, so first thing is hammock straps are the way to go. Easiest thing to freaking just put up, be done. I use a carabiner to clip in to the hammock strap. It works as a rain brake also. So what's happening on most of these hammocks, of course, you're covered by the tarp. But let's look over here. Assuming this is a tree, it rains, hits this, soaks the tree, your strap gets wet. It starts to saturate, works all the way down, and just keeps going, and eventually ends up at your hammock here and runs down into this. The thing to beat that, the thing to help you beat that, are drip lines, rain brakes, water brakes. People got all kinds of names for them. So rain is going to take, or water is going to take, the path of least resistance. So we're hoping and assuming, I mean, it has worked before. So the water comes down, it hits this brake. Gravity pulls it down, it drips to the ground. So then let's just say it keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. I like the thought and the idea of it coming here, following this strap down, dripping to the ground. I'm also a little paranoid and I do not like getting wet, and because it's happened to me several times and I'm just done with it. I guess that comes with age too. I don't know, maybe I'm not as tough as I used to be, but I don't like getting wet anymore. So I put more drip lines at this carabiner. If it does pass the carabiner, into the carabiner, I mean, it's going to hit these drip lines and just start dripping off. All this before it gets to the hammock itself. Let's take a closer look. So here's the strap. We got a drip line. We're going under the tarp, and we've got several drip lines in here. People might call me crazy, but I'm taking no chances. Rain comes here, hopefully follows this down. If it gets onto the carabiner, because the carabiner works as a rain brake also. I'm just giving it a little bit of help. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully it just drips without letting the water saturate the hammock. So anyways, man, I've done freaking so much research and stuff on those. You can also look up other guys online, and they got some other ways, but I think this is the best way. So let's get into the hammock, and not in it, but let's check out the hammock. All right, so let's check out the how I hang my tarp, how I hang my rainfly, things like that. Some pretty cool and nifty items I've bought online, and I'll show you them, and I'll leave you a link in the description below so it's easy for you to find them. Anyways, let's check into it. The first thing is it's by Dutch Ware. It's called a Flyz. You can check them out, dutchware.com. It's pretty neat, especially if you're not good at knots and things. It's amazing. So let's look at it. So guys, this is it, man. Basically, you can see how small that thing is. That is called a Flyz. Dutch Ware Products makes it. It's pretty neat. They're kind of expensive. 2 of them are $19.99. That includes shipping, I believe. So anyways, it's simple. It just kind of wraps around this thing. This little hook comes off, goes around that, and it keeps it tight. No knots, easy to secure, hook up, tighten, all that good stuff. I'll do a video at another time and show you how to do it. So here's the tarp itself. Like I said, it's 12 by 12. Very seems to be very well made. Like I said, it's chilled Gorilla. It's my first product of these that I've ever gotten, but I mean, stitching's real good. It's got a ton of tie down spots. You can also, as a deal for a continuous ridge line. I'm not into continuous ridge lines. I like just off the ends. Anyways, let's go under it and check it out. I mean, there's a ton of room under this sucker. I mean, look at that. So there's places you can put your gear, your tackle stuff. If you wanted to, you could even slide your kayak in here. So just all kinds of, some kind of ideas. Oh, here's that other side. The same as what I showed y'all before for the drip lines, rain brakes, all that good stuff. Here's my trusty hammock. I always go with the bug net because on nights where it's not supposed to rain, I don't ever put up a tarp, and it keeps the bugs and leaves from the trees and all that stuff getting in there when I'm sleeping. Anyways, pretty roomy. It's a comfortable. It does its deal better than a tent, in my opinion. So anyways, here's this side. All right, now you guys might be wondering what the heck these are. These are called snake skins. So there's one on that side and one on this side. What it does is, so whenever I untie this tarp, this side comes over that whole tarp, closes. This side does the same thing, closes. You're left with a long tube. No folding the tarp anymore. None of that crap. Makes it just simple. Then all you got to do is fold that sock looking, snake looking thing up and stick it in your bag and be gone. It's amazing. They have those for hammocks also. I like keeping my hammock in a dry bag, just so in case a kayak does get a hole in it or anything. I do not want my hammock wet. The tarp's gonna get wet, especially if it rains, and then once you put it into that snakeskin, it still kind of stays wet. So I don't like mixing my hammock and my tarp together in one snakeskin. Anyways, other than that, that's really it. That's my hammock setup. I love a hammock. I have recommended a hammock to a ton of people, and now once you get them in there for one trip, they always come back in the hammock. It seems like it's just very comfortable. If you've never slept in a hammock on an overnighter, do yourself a favor and do your back a favor. You'll love it. So this good stuff here, water-based seam seal, and then I got some silicone water guard. What I'll do with this stuff is I am going to go over my seams. I'll go over the whole tarp with the silicone water guard. That just kind of helps get the water off of there, and especially those seams. Sometimes, I mean, when these things are sewed, they don't really just bond awesome. So what this seam seal does, it's kind of acts as a glue, and it just kind of bonds everything together, and that keeps the water from dripping inside through the tarp and going inside and dripping on you. But like I said, it's so worth it if you have time to do that before your trip and get everything prepared. You'll sleep better. That means you'll have more energy for the next day. So let's apply some of this water-based seam seal. I got this at Walmart. They had a couple different ones. Coleman, I think, had one. But I think it was like $6. So if it can help me from staying dry, I'm all about it. So I don't know if I'm doing this the right way or whatever. I'm a fisherman. I don't know. But so it says on the directions, you just kind of just paint that stuff on there, and you've got to let it dry at room temperatures for 2 hours. It's about mid-70s today, so I would imagine that's going to be okay out here. So I'm just going through all these seams, and what it's doing, it's kind of acting as a glue, and it'll help water, etc., getting through those where it's sewed on there. Again, guys, here's that stuff: silicone water guard. Boom, boom, 50% more. Anyways, so it says just to spray it on and let it dry. What it's supposed to do is keep the water, I guess, it just makes it easier for it to just bead off. Something like that. I don't know. I'm no chemist, scientist. I'm just a fisherman who wants to stay dry. Be sure to check out our next video of the float on the Devils. It ought to be out in about, I don't know, say 1, 2, 3 weeks. I'll give the review out there in the wild, man. So anyways, y'all make sure y'all check it out. It's the whole tarp, and there's probably, I don't know, enough in there to do maybe like a hunting jacket or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and spray my tarps also, or my hammock straps, I mean. And it says you can do it on cotton, nylon, all synthetic fibers, suede, leather. So anyways, let's go. So here's how you put them up with the snakeskin. Excess baggage, like you have, not your wife, you kind of grab it, stick it back in there. That's it. Get yourself a snakeskin. And what the heck? Really? What the heck? Alright. Hey, y'all be good.